Hello again, guys. It's me, Butterfly Spirit 314. So, I was in the process of making a live for you guys about how I'm one step closer to my chair dancing class. And then YouTube tells me, oh, you lost internet connection. And I think it's because it's like raining outside and it's storming out there. So, that's probably what happened. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start over so that you guys can know what I'm talking about me being one step closer to my chair dancing class. So, for those of you who do not know, I signed up for a chair dancing class. And I've wanted to sign up for a chair dancing class for a while. And the last couple of times I've been able to sign up for it over the years, I've missed out on doing it. But I decided to be brave and a few days ago, I decided I was going to go ahead and buy me a chair dancing class when I found out about one in my local area. So I signed up for it, and if you guys have subscribed to me on my YouTube channel, Butterfly Spirit 314 on YouTube, then you guys know that I was prepping for it, and what I was doing is I was looking for knee pads, and I also talked about some of the things that I'm going to be doing in chair dancing. So I do pole dancing, and I decided a nice complement to it would be for me to do chair dancing. And most people liken that to like lap dances and all that stuff, but chair dancing doesn't involve anybody sitting in a chair and you dancing on them. It involves you basically dancing around or on a chair, but people are really good at it and they could be really sexy at doing it too. So I feel like that's a good explanation. That's a damn good explanation, I think. So, in my chair dancing class that I'm signed up for, I'm going to be taking it on Friday the 25th, and it's going to be at 7. So, this is going to be a couple hours after I get off work, which is really nice because on Friday, I think it's really nice to have something sexy and interesting to do. So, chair dancing is really something I think it's going to be fun to do. So, I'm taking the chair dancing class at a pole dancing studio that I've been to before in the past. I just haven't been taking classes with them because I take classes in another studio right now. So, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to kind of go back to the studio after a while. So, let's see. So, in the chair dancing class, they're going to be combining things like pole dancing. They're going to be adding in some floor work. Floor work is going to be basically the dancing that girls do or guys do on the floor, where they do like sexy movements on the floor and everything, slow and sexy and everything like that. Pretty cool and amazing. A lot of times, floor work is going to involve a person being on the floor for an extended period of time on their knees, which is why I ended up getting me some knee pads. They didn't say I needed knee pads, but I decided to get them anyway because the class, so we're going to be doing floor work, and I want to protect my knees. Most definitely, I want to do that. So, I did go to Target, which is a department store where I live, and I saw some knee pads. But the knee pads that I saw online that I thought would be good to get when I actually came to look at them and check them out in the store, they were way too soft and I didn't think they were going to protect my knees. So I got a feeling that I should go to Walmart. So I went to Walmart and I found these knee pads right here that they had. These are volleyball knee pads, and they had these knee pads in small and they had these knee pads in large. So since they had them in small and large, and I think these knee pads are about like $13, um, and so although they have the small and the large size, I wasn't just gonna buy a small just because I wore small clothes or anything. So I decided to hold off on buying them. And then I went home and I watched a video on how to measure my knees for knee pads. I have bought knee pads in the past, like once for pole dancing, but I brought some that turned out to be way too small, and I followed like a video about how to measure my knees. And when I bought those knee pads in the past, I paid like $50 for those knee pads, and those things were very uncomfortable. They were really painful to wear, and I ended up returning them to Amazon. The knee pads I had for pole dancing in the past, they were Queen Pole Wear. They were the extra small size. I picked that size because I went by their instructions about how to measure my knees, and turns out it was way too small. And they didn't have a small size at that point when I bought them a couple of years ago. So I ended up returning them to Amazon. I didn't realize that I returned them until like I looked in my on my email and realized, oh, I returned the things because I've been looking around for them and I couldn't find them. Looked in my email, and then sure enough, I had returned them and I got a refund. So, um, needless to say, I no longer have those knee pads. So, I went and got me some knee pads. And the knee pads I have right now, I ended up settling on the large size. So for knee pads, I watched a video on how to measure my knee. And basically, you measure above your knee and you measure below your knee. But the measurement above your knee is the measurement that you mostly have to be concerned with. And then that's how you decide what kind of like the size knee pad that you're going to get based off of the top of the knee measurement. Okay. So when I measured the top of my knee, it basically put me at the point where I could wear the small size or I could wear the large size. So I was basically kind of where I could get either or. So I went to Walmart. I went back to Walmart because I saw the knee pads, and then I took a picture of them, then came home, did some research. And then a couple of days later, I went and got the knee pads. So, actually, I got them on Wednesday of this week. So, what got me to get the large size was because I actually got the small size of these and the large size of these. And from the reviews on Walmart's website, people were saying the small size, they were saying, oh, the small, like these knee pads run small. And then some people were saying, they were too small. And then there were people who were saying, well, the regular size, or what is really the large size online, is the regular size is actually like the large size at the store of these knee pads is actually the regular size online. So people were complaining the large size was too big for knee pads. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna need to try these on. And somebody actually, under the reviews on Walmart's website, they said they actually, it was like a parent said, they said that they had their child to try on the knee pads. So I was like, okay, cool. So basically, I went back to Walmart and I got the box of small knee pads and I got the box of large knee pads. And I was going to try them on in the fitting room, but the fitting room was locked for whatever reason. I think it's because it was like evening, so they locked the fitting room. So I ended up basically standing in the women's section of Walmart. And I tried on the small knee pads and I pulled them up over my leg. These are the types of knee pads you pull. These are the types of knee pads you pull up and over your leg. So, and I can show you what they look like too. So these are what the knee pads look like. Okay, so this is what they look like. I tried them on at Walmart. I'm sleepy right now too. So these are the types that you pull up and over your knee. You can tell they're up and over your knee because this is the back. Okay. Now, there are some knee pads out there, specifically like for uh, different types of dance and for pole dancing, where they have like Velcro at the back, which is really helpful, especially for dancers that wear heels. Okay, and I have pole dancing heels that are really tall, and of course, it would be very annoying to have to take off the heel and then put these things on and then put my heel back on. Like, of course, it's gonna be, crazy. These are, from Walmart. So, you know, these are the more cheap and expensive ones. What got me to get these knee pads was because somebody had said on the reviews on Walmart's website that they said that these are really good for floor work. So I was like, cool. And the review was left by somebody who was a dancer. So I'm like, awesome. Okay. So I'll give them a try. Plus they're like $13. So why not give them a try? Now, knee pads can be more expensive for pole dancing. They can, but I just needed something in a pinch because I'm going to be doing chair dancing. So, to try them out, I put them on, put on the small ones, and then I pull them up over my legs. Um, and it's a little bit difficult because I had on some jeans. And I basically pulled them up over my legs, up over my knees on both of my legs, and then I tried them out. So basically, I got down on the floor on Walmart, like at Walmart in the women's section, and I actually like was just on my knees, like on a kneeling position, and then just to see how they felt. When I tried the small ones, I didn't feel like the knee pad, like those. There's like a gel kind of material. There's like a pillowy kind of material right here. This is supposed to like stop any kind of shock or anything on the knee. Okay, so that's why this is kind of raised, because this is like a cushion to kind of protect the knee. Okay, so I tried just kneeling on the floor, just to see how it would feel on my knee. The small size, like I said, I didn't feel like the knee pad, like pillow, was big enough on my knee, like it wasn't supportive enough. So then I was like, I could wear the small ones, but I think I'll try the larger ones. So I tried on these in particular. So I tried these on, and when I tried these on, I noticed that I, of course, was on at a like I was on the floor at a kneeling position on the floor. Not only did I do that, but I also kind of like moved a little bit, like on my knees a little bit, like kind of a crawling sort of position, a little bit on my knees, a bit on the floor, just to kind of see how these pads would work. Um, and basically, they actually were good. I just needed to pull them down up over my knee a little bit, but they did stay in place. So these are going to be some pretty good knee pads for me to use, and stuff. So I feel like that's going to be great. Now, these knee pads right here, these knee pads, they're not going to be like long term knee pads. These are just knee pads for in a pinch, okay? For me to use for my class. That's just what these are for. So I'm gonna use these for like my class or whatever. I am gonna get some more formal um like pole dance knee pads that are more expensive. So I'm gonna get some more and stuff. But and those are gonna have like Velcro in the back or whatever. But those are like close to $70. Some of them could be like $100 and stuff. But I just needed something cheap, some affordable. All right, just because I got my class coming up, like after I get off work today. So, yeah. So anyway, like I said, I'm one step closer to my class. I can't wait to see what I'm going to be learning today. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting and stuff and things. Like I said, these knee pads are at Walmart. Like if you guys want to check them out, I did do some research and online, and some people were saying like, oh, well, volleyball knee pads can't be used for pole dancing and stuff or whatever. But then I look on Amazon and there's knee pads that people are advertising for volleyball that dancers can use and all that. So yeah, but I just like just totally I'm like I just need some damn knee pads, damn it. So I'm just gonna get these things. So these are at Walmart and stuff. I might get another pair of them, maybe. We'll see how they do in my class today. So anyway, that's what I got going on right now. I got to get my clothes together for my class or whatever, and I'll be good from there. I can't wait to see what I'm going to learn. It's going to be me and another person in the class plus the instructor. So that means that I'm going to get a lot of individual attention. Um, there are some more classes that they're going to have for chair dancing, but there's not too many people who are really signed up for the class. I think one person canceled for another class that's going to be coming up. But you know, my philosophy is like this: when it comes to a class you want to take in something, go ahead and take the class. Don't wait for there to be a bazillion people in your class. Like, don't wait for there to be, like, to get the last spot or anything, because you don't want to wait on other people to be able to to learn something new or learn something you've been wanting to learn. You know what I mean? You don't want to wait till something's like trendy and then do something. No. It's important to go ahead and just, be brave and take a class, and you never know what cool stuff you can learn and stuff. Don't wait for other people. I know sometimes I do that when it comes to classes. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's going to be just me in the class. Oh my gosh, that means the instructor's going to be focused on me. The teacher's going to be focused on me." But you know what? Getting individualized attention is good because it helps me improve myself, better in my technique and the stuff that I do. So it's a lot better. But there's going to be another person in my chair dancing class too. So it'll be fun. So, I'm just going to take advantage of it and see what happens. And in some classes for stuff, I may be the last person to sign up for it just because I happen to find it at that time. But yeah, don't wait to take a class in something that you really want to try out, and don't be afraid to do it because you never know, you might have some fun. So that's what I got going on right now. Anyway, I'm about to go back to sleep, but I was just really excited. I want to tell you guys about my knee pads I got, and I can't wait to see how they're going to work in my class. And I hope to do some video recordings of myself and chair dancing and stuff. So I hope to do that so I can share that with you guys. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can think of today as far as chair dancing goes. No, nothing else. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and watching me. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and view my videos. And I hope some of the things that I communicate to you guys is something that can help those of you out there who need them. There was somebody who, in the reviews on Walmart, who were saying these are not good knee pads for, like, if you're doing tile work or something like that, like on a bathroom floor or something like that. I don't think I would recommend these for that because they're made out of fabric. Like, I don't think they would be the best if you're like on like tile, like rock or something like that, like a hard like tile and all that. Um, for that. But somebody did say that, just in case you guys are curious, like, oh, could I use these for if I'm like remodeling a bathroom? Probably not the best ones. It's probably best to get knee pads that are customized for that. And I also learned when I was at Walmart too. Don't confuse knee pads like I did with like a knee brace or something, because I was overthinking. Oh, a knee brace. Oh, this is a knee pad. It's actually not. So at Walmart they have the aisle where they have like the knee braces and arm braces and different stuff that people may use, like if they're working out and stuff. Okay. And then another aisle over is where they have the knee pads. The knee pads, volleyball knee pads, are actually like at Walmart where like they have like the baseball gloves and stuff like that. Football, like like basically baseball gloves and stuff, and like soccer balls. So that's where you're gonna find like the volleyball knee pads. Just in case you guys are looking for them. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and watching me. Bye bye.